चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
All right, welcome back, friends. Just a little over an hour, as I said, before the swearing-in ceremony starts at 7:15 p.m. It's already 6, and we are building up to that moment. And we cut live to the pictures coming in from Rashtrapati Bhavan, and you can see in the pictures External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. There are others there, and which means the dignitaries have started arriving. Remember, External Affairs Minister also has to be there because of the 7 heads of government that are going to be present. We have Prime Ministers of Bhutan and Nepal and Bangladesh. We have Presidents of Maldives and Sri Lanka. We have Vice President of Seychelles and, of course, President of Mauritius. All these leaders are going to be there. And there are other leaders, ministers in waiting, who have already started occupying their chairs. And it's just about an hour, and everyone has to take their seats before the ceremony begins. Remember, it's a very formal ceremonial occasion when the president arrives with fanfare, and as per protocol, everyone has to be seated before that. We are going to get you live pictures. Many of those ministers who have been called in to be part of the Council of Ministers in Modi 3.0 are already there taking their seats, and other guests arriving. All paraphernalia in place, and these are live pictures from Rashtrapati Bhavan. Let's come back to the conversation. And in my studio with me, Deshratan Nigam to my right, as also Vineet Goenka. I'm told we would be joined in by Karan Verma in a bit online. We have Mr. Akhil Swami, we have Mr. Omkareshwar Pandey, and of course we have Gyanendra Mishra ji. Looking much younger, Mr. Gyanendra Mishra. And these are the voices which are, if not pro-Congress, definitely don't like Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Can I say that?
Yes, no.
Critics of Prime Minister Modi.
No. I am an independent journalist. There is no question of liking or disliking anybody.
Okay, you can give issue-based.
Representing any political party right now.
Fair enough. And to my right, of course, the voice is leaning to right. But we were having a conversation just when we slipped into that break about what kind of coalition compulsions would be there for the Modi government now in its third term, given the fact that the BJP on its own does not have the simple majority mark. So, for example, we discussed the Muslim reservation issue in the case of TDP and Andhra Pradesh, the issue of caste census in the case of Bihar, right? Do you get a sense, Deshratan Nigam, that with the beating that the BJP has taken, and all poll analysis suggests that maybe the OBCs sort of came to a conclusion that they have to move away from the BJP on the issue of reservations because of the campaign of the Congress, or because the perception that the BJP was standing between them and a caste census where the OBC seems to be gaining or perhaps could gain. So you think that the BJP might now nuance its position, and hence there might not be a friction between BJP and the JDU on the issue of caste census?
See, caste census has already been done in Bihar. So it's not going to be a new issue out there. And if you consider the caste census becoming the sole point in Bihar, no, I don't think so. So far as Muslim reservations are concerned, I already have a constitutional position on that it is illegal. However, under the OBC, where the various castes are, that will push out the OBCs because the pie is the same. And the moment you bring in the Muslim reservation under the OBC, it is because since you can't cross 50%, then the issue would arise, somebody has to move out of that. So some OBCs will be pushed out. So this is where the balancing act is to be done. BJP is very clear that no Muslim reservation. However, if individual states like Andhra wants to implement it, it must seek first advice of the constitutional experts. As a constitutional expert, I believe it will not be tenable to give it through a back door through OBCs, including all Muslims.
Coming to the caste census, we have discussed the Muslim reservation. Gyanendra Mishra, the proposition that the BJP might be a little more amenable to the idea of caste census now, you think it's possible?
It has to be, because there is no other option to the BJP now. Because the way, the BJP is dependent on its allies for the survival of this government. And as far as JDU is concerned, it has been the major plank of JDU, the caste census or the caste survey, which, as Mr. Deshratan Nigam was referring to, has already been done in Bihar. But the question is that now whether the demand would be to do it at the national level, and whether BJP now will be amenable to that. And this is where the pulse and pressure of the government will become obvious, because BJP has consistently taken a stand that it is not in favor of the caste census or the caste survey, the way we want to put it. But now there would be demand from the various quarter, and particularly from JDU, and even by Chirag Paswan and Jitan Ram Manjhi as well. So all of the allies of the BJP in Bihar, and obviously at the government also, will now put a clear demand and rather pressure on the NDA government that there has to be a caste survey, and particularly because this issue has resonated at a level where it was meant to be.
Okay.
And therefore, since the next election is coming in 1.5 years in Bihar.
Mr. Mishra, you seriously believe that Jitan Ram Manjhi, the sole MP of his party, can put pressure on the Modi government?
Pressure in the sense, because, see, Abhishek ji, you asked the questions that whether BJP will be amenable to it. So
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the Jitan Ram Manjhi in isolation,
Yeah.
but when you look at in combination with JDU, Chirag Paswan, because all of them, because they play that kind of in politics,
Yes.
their vote bank is based on basically the support of those. Therefore, there would be clearly a demand on the BJP government to do the caste survey at a national level. And BJP has to accept it, because there's no other way. Now BJP is not in a position to say no to their allies, because they are dependent on survival on them.
Gyaneshwar Mishra says that the BJP would be under a bit of a pressure. I'll come to you, but Omkareshwar Pandeyji, you wanted to add to that.
This is not a small issue, and this is not concentrated and centric to Bihar. This is a national issue, because Rahul Gandhi has raised this issue, showing constitution in his hand. Prime Minister ने कहा कि शहजादे संविधान माथे पर लेके घूम रहे हैं. And yesterday we saw in the parliament when Prime Minister himself is bowing to the Constitution of India, taking in his own hand, और वो close-up में पिक्चर दिखा रहे थे. तो ये इशू इतना छोटा नहीं है, बहुत बड़ा इशू है. Prime Minister Modi will have to clarify whether he is going to concede with this demand of the JDU that he is going to do a nationwide caste census, and based on that reservation also, and JDU also will have to clarify whether they are going to again put up this demand in the NDA, or they are going to leave this. I'm little skeptical about that, because there is no common minimum program between this NDA allies so far. Until and unless that common minimum program comes in the front of the people of the country, there will be no clarity about such contradictory issues.
Okay, Deshratan Nigam, the other side says that the BJP might be under pressure and that there is no clarity. There is no clarity till a common minimum program.
Abhishek, let me tell you, the only party which is talking about caste census is JDU. None of the coalition partners have said so about it. So in this particular coalition,
You cannot say only party you are dependent on.
See,
you are majorly dependent on JDU and TDP.
See, the fact is only one party which is saying so, and the caste census has already been done there. Done and dusted out there. So this issue will not arise in this coalition.
Done and dusted in Bihar only. Done and dusted
it is for this coalition, it is not an issue. For this coalition, for the other coalition, Indic Alliance, it may be an issue.
So, Abhishek ji, I like when those people before the election opposed JDU, opposed BJP, opposed TDP, opposed NDA, when they tried to speak about the manifesto of JDU so vehemently in your show. I like that. That means one thing, they don't have their own agenda. They're trying to push this agenda. One.
No, they're fishing in trouble.
So Haider is trying to do that.
What are you
One.
talking
Number
about?
two.
What are you talking about?
So number two, let me complete, sir. I never spoke in between, sir.
Please.
Sir, you're all respectful people, sir. I have learned from
you should
you.
also be.
They're fishing in troubled waters, Vinit Goenka. Go on.
Sir,
This is unnecessary.
Pandey ji, I have never spoken in between.
I'm not agree with you.
No, you were all opposing those parties. So you agreed, but your position was very clear. Your position was very clear, sir. You were exposed then, you are exposed today. You are exposed then and you are exposed today. The agenda is very simple. The agenda is to make this country a global presence. Number two, the agenda is very simple, growth. To take the economy to a level where we go to the achievement of becoming the third largest economy of the world. The zeal and the agility which has been shown by the partners will be seen by you in the next 5 years. Sir, the stability which has been there, the political stability which will be there, will be compared to the UPA era. Number three, sir, I hope.
To the global level
Okay.
in the last 10 years.
Okay.
Let me get in Shawan.
Let me get in Shawan. He's outside 7 LKM. Shawan, has the Prime Minister left already, or is there some movement happening which can give you an idea or give us an idea of what's really happening? Also, you wanted to get into the conversation that we're having here in the studio. Shawan.
Well, in fact, first, let me just give you a quick update of what's happening outside 7 LKM. A short while back, we saw a bit of a movement in terms of the ministers who were basically leaving. As of now, there isn't much of a movement. A while back, we were told that the Prime Minister perhaps would be leaving from the other gate, not from where we are standing right now. In a short while from now, so expecting in the next couple of minutes when the route is already laid out for the Prime Minister as he leaves from here, and he would be going in for the historic third term for the swearing-in ceremony that's going to take place. Now, let me just quickly also go back to Deshrathan Nigam, bring him back into the conversation that we're having. Deshrathan Nigam, the fact of the matter is this. The Prime Minister has set out a note that this is going to be a continuity of what we saw in the previous term. The fact that they have also sent across a very hard messaging, staying with the news point of the day. Today, the allies have also been told that temper down. Do not carry on with the expectations that you have at this point in time, because this will not be accepted. You've already seen what has happened in the state of Maharashtra. NCP is already sulking. In fact, I'm told that Ajit Pawar is currently speaking. We'll try and see if we can also get that that sound bite of Ajit Pawar who's speaking. Praful Patel spoke a short while back in the national capital, but a strong message. We'll try and also get that feed of Ajit Pawar, because I'm told that he's already speaking. So let's try and get that out. But, Praful Patel and Vinod Taude were seen in the same frame. But yes, it does appear that that BJP is flexing its muscles. So they are making it very clear that do not think that we are going to be that kind of a coalition government where you can pull the strings the way you want.
Yes, Shravan.